Today I'm going to be showing you the 10 characters I want added into Injustice 2 Mobile. I'm going to be listing characters that aren't necessarily in the Injustice 2 universe, but on the other hand, on Injustice 1 Mobile, there were plenty of characters that were in different comics and games which were added to make the game funner. Lastly, I just want to clarify, I don't think one is stronger than another, it's just my favourite characters that I want added in Injustice 2 Mobile. Number 10, Killer Frost. I think that Killer Frost would be awesome to have in Injustice 2 Mobile, as she is currently in Injustice 1 and she's got really good passives and abilities in Injustice 1. She's got a lot of good traits that I think would be great to add. I think a cool passive she could have is when she dies, she comes back to life with like a specific amount of health. And it could be called Frosty Decoy or like something around that, just revolves around her ice abilities. Her basic attacks could slow down enemies and her specials could have a freeze effect. Plus she could join the multiverse team or like another team you could call, I don't know, Team Flash from the actual TV show. She's got a good thing going for her and I believe she could be a good fit for Injustice 2 Mobile. Number 9, Zoom. I binge watched The Flash Season 2 at least 1,000 times and I think Zoom would be the perfect fit for Injustice 2 Mobile. He's probably one of the coolest characters as I love the dynamic style that he has going for him, and he's a speedster so he could be used as a combo builder. And I got a good idea for a passive, I don't know what you would think about it, but when he loses too much health he actually goes back in time and phases his hand through his previous self, and then he takes that person's place. The passive could be called phasing through time or something, I don't know. He'd be another great add-in to Injustice 2 Mobile rosters. Number 8, Red Tornado. Red Tornado in the comic books and TV series is absolutely perfect. He's a robot who can generate tornadoes, which is pretty ironic because he's red too. But I love his design, not the one that they did on Supergirl, that one was complete garbage, but whatever. If they made one around the comic book versions, it would be awesome. He has a unique background that makes good specials. So Red Tornado has a secret brother and sister. His bro Red Torpedo has water powers, and his sister Red Inferno has fire powers. This could make some insanely cool abilities and passives, but I don't know, it's up to NetherRealm. And we all know NetherRealm's marketing campaign is not the best. Number 7, Beast Boy. Has anyone seen Teen Titans Go? And you know the main reason you watched it, it was that Beast Boy and Cyborg combo. Don't lie to yourself. I think a great passive would be for them two to give each other team boosts. If they're in the same team, say Cyborgs could be minus 50% power generation for your opponents, because unlike in Injustice 1, Injustice 2 is way too easy to generate power. In Injustice 1, you can only get power through basic hits, but in Injustice 2 you can get power from basic hits and tag-ins. That would be perfect to balance the scales a bit. And for Beast Boy, he could have a passive like Atrocitus's. Whenever you tag in, you get boosts, like say, Tiger is 100% more crit damage, Turtle can slow down enemies' movements, and Cheetah can increase fast attack hits by 1. Number 6, Godspeed. Godspeed is another insanely cool looking character. You can't say he doesn't look a little thick with that white and gold combo. I mean, could I get a thick speed? But besides that, Godspeed is another speedster like Zoom, but I have a really good passive for him. When Godspeed tags in, the opponent loses half their power. It could be called speed drain or something, I don't know. Godspeed can actually power drain actual speedsters in the TV shows and movies. That's what actually gave me this idea in the first place. And his basic attack hits can be like Blackest Night the Flash from Injustice 1 Mobile, where he clones himself and phases his hand through the opponent's chest. Dude, that would be so dope. Number 5, Deathstroke. There's no way this could go any longer without mentioning this absolute unit, the man, the myth, the legend. My idea for him is that he can be built as a damage dealer because after all he is a super soldier and is on the Mirakuru serum. And his basic attack hits can be like from Injustice 1, where he uses his swords and his guns. That was so good. Honestly, I think they just repeat what they did in Injustice 1. They hit smack bang, they should just copy and paste that shit and put it in Injustice 2. Number 4, Ra's al Ghul. He is without a doubt the coolest character, I mean aside from the next few coming up. A sick idea for his passives and abilities would be to bring in the League of Shadows from Batman Begins. Some ideas could be at the end of specials, abilities or basics, where he sort of applies dot effects of either like poison, bleeding, stun, or freeze. Obviously they have to put the iconic Ghoul outfit on him too, and bam, I don't think you can actually get any better than that. Oh wait, no, aside from the Ghoul with Liam Neeson's face. Boom, next one. Number 3, Malcolm Merrell. I had to add the iconic Dark Archer in this because when I was growing up, I was a big Arrow fan. It was basically a part of my life. I couldn't live with myself if this wasn't in the video. His passive could be called Ancient Healing, where if he takes any sort of dot damage, he heals from it, like Hellboy's passive. Because when he was Ghoul, he used the Lazarus Pit to heal himself, which was basically an ancient pool of healing for dead or hurt people, for all the potatoes who didn't know. And he could have dot effects at the end of each special ability, like stun, freeze, or burn. His basic attacks could have a few arrow shots in it, just so it looks cool, sort of like Multiverse Green Arrow, and they could be armor piercing too. Number 2, Wally West. Wally West is considered to be the fastest speedster alive, right? So what if his passive is when he tags into a special, he gets 100% fast attack hit chance, and he also gets +1 fast attack hits for 8 seconds. Because honestly, if you go over 8 seconds, it's gonna do some biddies. It can be called the Speedster's Legacy or something. And look, I know what you're thinking, that's an extremely OP passive, but see it in this way. They're never gonna add him. He's a dope character, and NetherRealm is slack as. Number 1, Vibe. Cisco Ramon aka Vibe is my all-time favourite superhero, even though he's not technically a superhero. I heard something about he's not even a real character in the Flash team. Either way, he would also be a perfect character in the game because of his intellect, metahuman abilities, and connections. He's the only character I'm going to give 3 passives to, so deal with it. Cry me a goddamn river if you need to. His first passive could be Blast to the Past, where he gives each tech teammate 50% more defense and 100% more health like Arkham Knight Batman's. His second passive could be called Star Labs, where you can avoid any special attacks once throughout the entire game. And lastly, he could have a passive called the Dynamic Duo, where it gives any Flash character 100% crit chance and 100% crit damage whenever they tag in for 10 seconds. Alright guys, I'm going to end it there. Leave your guys' opinions in the comments section below, as I'd be interested to see who you want in the game. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Either way, I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.